Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the Bird Alert channel. We got a special one today. I'm going to be explaining why Kyler Murray will be your 2020 NFL MVP. Before we begin this video, make sure to follow my Twitter. It's at the Bird Alert, so make sure you follow that. And let's get straight into the video, guys. Alright, so Kyler Murray, a rookie last year, won Rookie of the Year. And I'm going to be explaining to you guys why I think he will be next year's NFL MVP. So let's start off with this. What were the last two MVP quarterbacks? We had a guy like Patrick Mahomes, and we had a guy like Lamar Jackson, right? MVP Mahomes 1 year, and then the very next year was Lamar Jackson. What do these two quarterbacks have in common? Well, I think they have transcendent quarterback ability. I think they're unique quarterback in their very own way, and they're not unlike any other quarterback in the league. Patrick Mahomes, he has a rocket of an arm. He can throw from any angle. He can throw from weird places. He could be off-centered and not have his feet squared, and he can still throw the ball. He could be off balance, throw the ball. He runs and throws the ball very well in the run, and just has this huge arm to get off and push down receivers down the field and deliver to them like a guy with Tyreek Hill. All right, so that's how Patrick Mahomes is special in his own way. Then we got Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, the next Michael Vick. You know, he might be even more athletic than Michael Vick, to be honest. He just really knows how to make a player miss. I mean, he's one of the most athletic people on the field at all times, and he's a quarterback. So that's special on its own right there. And he has a very strong arm as well. I mean, he could really throw some darts in the open field to his receivers. Then we go on to a guy like Kyler Murray. All right, going on to his second year, just like Lamar and Patrick Mahomes. Kyler Murray is a very unique player in his own very way as well. Let me explain to you why. I've seen a lot of people compare him to a guy like Russell Wilson, right? Russell Wilson, they're both very short quarterbacks. They're both speedy guys, and they both can throw and pass from the ball. Let me tell you why Kyler Murray is different from Russell Wilson. Kyler Murray has a much stronger arm than Russell Wilson. Kyler Murray he was 6th in the league in deep ball completion percentage. He's very accurate throwing the ball down the field, and he has the zip to get it there, right? He has a quick, fast, lightning release, which he can get it off at any time. That's really big because some quarterbacks, they have too much of a slow release, and you know that extra like half a second, even like less, is just enough time from a defender getting to you and from you releasing the ball and delivering it accurate. So that's important to have a quick release. Kyler Murray, he just has a quick, really super fast release. Kyler Murray is, I believe, the second fastest quarterback in the league behind Lamar Jackson. He's not quite as athletic as Lamar Jackson, but he is very speedy himself, and he delivers it in a small frame. He's a very quick guy for a small guy. This helps him when escaping the pocket. When the pocket collapses, I mean, he can find the small holes, get through them, and he could go outside the pocket and extend plays. This is very important, especially for the future of the league. You know, you keep seeing it with Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, Russell, these guys that are top 5 quarterbacks. I mean, they all can have this running escape the pocket ability, extend plays, or even take off on their own to get more yards down the field. That is very important, and that's where most of the league is going to go towards in the future. It's going to be these mobile quarterbacks. You know, a lot of people thought that when Robert Griffin III came out that he was going to be a type of player like that. I mean, he had injury issues. He was not the greatest passer, not the most accurate, so it didn't work out for him. But now we're starting to see it with these new guys coming in. You know, this mobility of a quarterback, as well as being able to throw the ball accurately, and then being able to like stand in the pocket and throw the ball and run when you need to. That is very dangerous and is very hard to stop for opposing defenses in the league. Kyler Murray last year. Let's go over Kyler Murray's last year performance. Kyler Murray threw for, I believe, he had 24 total touchdowns, including rushing touchdowns, and he almost reached 4,000 passing yards. I think he had about 3,800 passing yards, right? And he had only 12 interceptions. These are great numbers for a rookie quarterback. Let me tell you why it's even more significant that he put up these numbers. And he could have totally had the worst year coming out, but he didn't. I mean, you saw like a guy like Josh Rosen. He had a terrible year with the Cardinals. They basically had the same defense the same offense that Kyler Murray had. But the difference between what Josh Rosen and what Kyler Murray was able to do was very significant. The Arizona Cardinals offense last year was 30th in receiver separation, and that includes running backs, tight ends, and receivers. So these guys weren't getting as open as other guys, which made it a lot harder for Kyler Murray to pass the ball, right? To top it off, he had one of the worst offensive lines in the league. I mean, I watched every single Arizona Cardinal game, and at times he would be seeing ghosts and be trying to escape the pocket when he didn't need to, because he didn't have confidence in his offensive line to protect them. So that was a big problem there, because when Kyler Murray steps in that pocket and delivers the ball, he doesn't even need to run. He's as talented as a quarterback to just pass the ball, and he didn't even need to run when he has a great O-line. If you put a guy like Kyler Murray on the Dallas Cowboys, he takes him to the Super Bowl. He's that dynamic. He's very dynamic. It's going to be very hard to stop Kyler Murray in the near future for opposing defenses. When he's sitting in the pocket, he delivers a 74% completion percentage, which I believe was top 15 for sure. Could have even been top 10 in the league last year. And this is dealing with receivers that are 30th in the league in separation, as well as a really horrible offensive line. I mean, the Cardinals don't even really have a reliable tight end. Kyler Murray doesn't really have a big target to throw to as a tight end. I mean, they had Dan Arnold, who I think he's showing some promise. He could potentially be very good. And a guy like Max Williams, who he's a great run blocking guy, and he's very well balanced, but he's not that effective in the passing game. You know, he's not one of these like great tight ends for the passing game, like a Gronkowski, like a Kittleman, you know, like a Zach Ertz. He's not that great of a pass receiver. All right. There's a stat called money ball throws. This stat basically is calculated by the difficulty of passes and athleticism on throws, and it's also critical passes in the clutch. So I'm not too sure how they come up with this advanced stat, but it's a real stat and it has significance. Kyler Murray, among all NFL quarterbacks, was number 3 in these type of plays. Number 1 was Russell Wilson, who had almost an MVP type season last year. I mean, if it wasn't for Lamar, Russell Wilson would have definitely won MVP last season. So that's a very important stat right there, showing you Russell Wilson, a guy who's never really had a great offensive line. I mean, he's starting to get some weapons. You know, he had DK Metcalf, and then he had I believe you don't have Doug Baldwin, but you have Tyler Lockett in there as well. So he has some weapons. He has great running backs, Chris Carson, etc. Rashad Penny as well. So he had some weapons going with them, but Russell Wilson is able to do a lot with very little, like a guy like Kyler Murray. Now, what's going to be different from last year to this year? Well, we have a great new addition in DeAndre Hopkins. You know, a top 3 receiver in the league. Arguably, he's up there with Michael Thomas and Julio Jones. He's up there with them. You could even put a Tyreek Hill in there, but he's more of a speedy guy. He's kind of in his own realm right there. These big number 1 true receivers, Michael Thomas, Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, these are all really good players to have, and you could really throw it up to them whenever you would like. I think D-Hop's numbers are going to be way bigger than they were last year. I think Kyler Murray is a way more talented passer than a guy like Deshaun Watson. I mean, Deshaun Watson is very good. Don't give me a doubt. Don't give me a doubt about it, but I think Kyler Murray is just a tad bit better than Deshaun Watson. He's more athletic, and he's a better passer. Kyler Murray was 16th in true completion percentage last year. So that's another stat I can give you. I mean, he can really throw the ball and deliver it really accurate and in any level of the field. Intermediate passes, short passes, or deep ball passes. He can deliver it. He can make every throw in the game. He's very good at throwing the ball, good ball placement. We know when a receiver's going deep, he knows where to put the ball to where the receiver can just jump it and the corner cannot get to the ball. He knows about ball placement, and a lot of quarterbacks are not good at ball placement. You know, a guy like Joe Burrow is very good at that. So you look at Joe Burrow, he knows where to put the ball. Kyler Murray knows where to put the ball when he is throwing it. Kyler Murray is right now on OddsShark 4th in MVP voting. A lot of other betting sites as well have him as 5th or 6th as well in the MVP race for next season. Kyler Murray has a very good chance to be the MVP quarterback and he's coming off his second year, and I expect a big jump from last year. And he didn't even really run it last year, and he still averaged second in the league in rushing yards from a quarterback with 550. I expect them to use Kyler Murray in more of a running attack next season as well, and I believe he will have above 750 rushing yards, and you will see a couple big play runs like he did in Oklahoma when he was back in them with college. I think Kyler Murray is going to be an NFL MVP, and I think I put up a very good case for him. I mean, you need to build that offensive line a little bit more. I think they're going to get a tackle with a 8th overall pick. I mean, you have Marcus Gilbert on a 1-year deal, and you have Justin Murray on a 1-year deal as well. So you're going to have to replace that right tackle position. If a guy like Jedrick Wills is available at 8, I think the Cardinals should take him with no hesitation. He's a Pro Bowl tackle, and I think it would really solidify the Cardinals' offensive line, at least as an edge coming off the edge for a tackle. I mean, they have some good pieces inside. I mean, Justin Pugh, I still think he has a lot of talent. I still think he's a starting guard. They might have a hole at right guard. I'm not too sure who's going to be starting. I think J.R. Sweezy is still on the team. I don't know if he will be starting. I mean, he did pretty solid last year. And for center, they still have A.Q. Shipley and Mason Cole. So their offensive line is just one tackle away from being a pretty good offensive line. As you see, we've never really had a great offensive line for years. We never really have. And this is a chance for Keim to draft a tackle, solidify the offensive line. I mean, a lot of people are saying we need CeeDee Lamb. We don't need CeeDee Lamb. We got DeAndre Hopkins. We got Larry Fitzgerald. We got Christian Kirk. We got 2 great young guys with lots of potential, and Andy Isabella and Hakeem Butler, a guy that was really high last year in the draft. I thought he was going to be a 2nd-round pick. He ended up falling to the number 1 pick in the 4th round for the Arizona Cardinals, and they snagged him up real quick. You know, he's a big receiver. He's a big target. Kyler Murray struggled a little bit in the end zone. That may be due to the air raid. The air raid's not really effective offensive scheme inside 20 yards in the end zone. So that may be part of it. But expect a lot more big plays coming next year when he's throwing it to a guy like D-Hop. What team has enough corners to guard D-Hop, Lamar, Christian Kirk, and even some of these speedy guys like an Andy Isabella? I mean, you still got Keyshawn Johnson, and Hakeem Butler's coming back, a big target for the end zone. I mean, Kyler Murray just has two new targets to throw to in the end zone. Hakeem Butler, and he got D-Hop, as well as Larry Fitzgerald. So that's 3 targets right there that are pretty big bodies that he can throw into the end zone. I expect him to have a lot more yards passing, and I expect them to have a lot more passing touchdowns as well as rushing yards. The Cardinals will be a dark horse for the Super Bowl next year. Call me crazy, but let's see how the season goes. Let's see how it unfolds, and then come back to me after the season, and you'll know that I've been right about Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. I know I'm a Cardinals fan, but I think of these things with logic. I mean, when I think we're going to be bad, I know we're going to be bad, and I think we're not going to be bad this year. I think we're going to make the playoffs for sure. You know, they've added 2 more slots for playoffs, so it's easier to make the playoffs now. We're for sure making the playoffs, and I think they're a dark horse. Don't sleep on the Arizona Cardinals if they're running for a Super Bowl contender spot next season. All right, guys, thank you so much. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. Do you think Kyler Murray is going to be great? Do you agree with me? Do you not think he's going to be great? Let me know why in the comment section down below, or if you think another quarterback will be MVP as well. And don't forget to give a like on the video and subscribe as well for upcoming videos in the future. I will be doing a $10 gift card giveaway of any choice. It could be a PS4 gift card, it could be an Xbox gift card, a Steam one, or like a Fortnite V-Bucks gift card, whatever you guys would like. All you got to do is subscribe, follow my Twitter account, The Bird Alert, and like and give a comment down below. That's all you have to do. It's very quick, takes less than 20 seconds to do. And you guys have a great blessed day, and you guys have a great one.